ahead. Let me look and see if you are in ready position. Khalil's in ready position. Your hands are on your lap. Trinicia has her bow. Backs up straight. Hands on lap. Samaria, you're tracking the board. Thank you, friend. All right, now it's time for writing. So we've been writing and trying to convince our writers about our least or favorite, our least favorite or our favorite thing. So we've been writing to convince our readers about our favorite thing or our least favorite thing. And I remember talking about yesterday, and saying that we've been writing and we've been convincing our writer, and we've already wrote our booklet. But today we need to go back to our writing and review our writing to make sure we already have punctuation. Hands down. We know that punctuations, they tell the reader how to read your sentence, and they also tell the reader where to stop at. So they tell the reader how to read your sentence and tells the reader where to stop at. We have punctuations like periods, exclamation points, and we have question marks. Wow, Trinicia, I noticed your eyes never left me. Khalil, your eyes were glued to me. Change your eyes up right on me. Aubrey, your eyes. So you have a period, you have an exclamation point, and you have a question mark. A period, if you put a period at the end of your sentence, you would read your sentence just like a statement. I like driving. That's how I would read my sentence. But if you put an exclamation point, you would read your sentence with excitement. No. I like driving. You notice how I used the exclamation point and I yelled or I used a lot of excitement? And then you have a question mark. You use a question mark when you're asking the reader a question. Do you like driving, Khalil? Khalil doesn't like driving. I don't either, by the way. But you would use a question mark. Good readers, good writers, Tigers, good writers, they know how to add punctuations so they want to show up on their map text. And also, it's important to use punctuations, again, because you want your readers to know how to read your sentences, and you want readers to know where to stop at. So, when we write a sentence, you always want to make sure that you have a punctuation at the end of your sentence. Strong, silent hand. Who can tell me why is it important to use a punctuation at the end of your sentence? I have 1 hand, 2, 3, 4, 5. Josiah.
So they can know where to stop at.
Yes, so they can know where to stop at. Milo, you would like to add on? Go ahead.
So they don't have to keep reading.
Yes. Yes, Khalil. Would you like to add on? Go ahead.
So they could know where to stop at when it's time to stop.
Yes, we've said the same thing in 3 different ways. What is the other reason? Dedrick, ready position. Dedrick, you'll stay with me doing specials.
No.
You will. Demaya, what is the other reason?
So they won't mess up or anything so they can stop when it's a period.
They know when to stop when it's a period, but the other reason is because you want the reader to know how to read your sentence. You don't want the reader to do what?
Read your sentence.
That was weak sauce. Know how to do what?
Read your sentence.
Yes, you want the reader to know how to use your sentence. So, I'm going to model how to write a sentence with a punctuation. I want you to pay attention to the steps I take in using punctuations because you're going to go back to your seats and you're going to review your work and you're going to review your partner's work to make sure that they wrote with punctuations. So, I have my first page. My first page says, driving is my least favorite because it's always traffic. I put a period, which is a punctuation at the end of my sentence. My period is right here. This lets my reader know that my sentence has stopped, so you have to take a pause. Driving is my least favorite because it's always traffic. Pause. Traffic can cause you to be late. Silent yes or no. Is there a punctuation at the end of this sentence? Is there a punctuation at the end of this sentence? My second sentence. Do you see a punctuation? Silent yes or no. Hands back and lap, backs up straight. If you said yes, kiss your brain. I have a punctuation.
Oh, man.
I have a punctuation. Who can raise a strong silent hand and tell me what punctuation do I have? What punctuation do I have, Josiah?
A dot.
We don't call it a dot. We call it a what, London?
A period.
We have a
Oh,
period.
so many Londons.
Yes, so many Londons. I thought like we the only name London.
What?
Catch a bubble. What do we have, London?
A period.
What do we have, Tigers?
A period.
Yes, we have a period. We have a period at the end of the sentence. So I will read my sentence just like traffic can cause you to be late. I'm just reading my sentence as a statement in a monotone voice or in a calm voice. Coriana, you should be in ready position. You should look like Demarion. Get in your square. Look like a future first grader. Okay, so you all didn't get tricked. You all know that I had a punctuation at the end of my sentence. I have a period. So I'm going to go to my second page. My second page says, driving is my least favorite. You have to stop and get gas. And then I put an exclamation point. Why did I put an exclamation point at the end of my sentence? Why did I put an exclamation point at the end of my sentence? Milo.
Milo. So they know what you're supposed to read excited.
Because they know you're supposed to read excited, right? Say go, go, Milo. You are correct. I put an exclamation point because I want my readers to know that I feel very, very strong about this, and I want them to read with excitement. So I will read my sentence like, driving is my least favorite because you have to stop and get gas. Did I read that calmly?
No.
So I used the exclamation point because I wanted my readers to know that I feel strongly about that. And then I will continue. It's very cold when you get out your car. Do I have a period here?
No. Yes.
I do. You are correct. Now, I have a sentence here. And that says, driving is my least favorite because sometimes cars go too fast. It can be dangerous. But wait, Tigers. I don't have a punctuation. I'm looking for a friend to come up and share the pen and write in a punctuation. Who can I call on? Who has a strong, straight back? Who has the hand sky, high to the sky? Chance! Chance is going to come up and he is going to write in my punctuation. You're on this page right here, Chance. Where will my punctuation go? Could you write my punctuation for me? Why would it go right here when my punctuation needs to go right here? Catch your bubble. See if he's going to write it. Wow. What punctuation did Chance just use? Who can write strings out and tell me? What punctuation did Chance just use? Samaria. The purpose of the camera is not for you to be in the camera smiling. The purpose of this lesson is for you to be tracking the board. Not to be in the camera smiling. Samaria, what punctuation did he use? He used a who? Who can help her out and tell her what is it called? What is it called, Kalia? Yes, it's called an exclamation point. It's called a what?
Exclamation point.
Yes, it's called an exclamation point, but wait. Thank you, Chance. Say go, go, Chance.
Go, go, Chance.
I don't have a punctuation at the end of my sentence. I remember saying that when you're asking a question, you use, I don't remember what kind of punctuation you use, but I remember when you ask a question, you're supposed to end it off with some type of punctuation. Who can come up and write in the punctuation I should put
Mr.
on
Bradford,
my
I'm
paper?
looking at Milo. His hand is straight in the air.
It is.
He's answered the question. He's answered about 2 times now.
I'm looking for a new friend.
Man,
Yeah.
Chance, he's already answered, but his bottom is straight. He's got a tall bubble. Kalia, she's been shouting out. I wonder who can get themselves in ready position so we can hear from them next.
Ooh, let's see. Go. Come on up, Demarion.
Come on up, Demarion.
Demarion, I want you to write in what punctuation should I put at the end of my sentence. My sentence said, do you like to drive? Shouldn't go right there, but it's okay. Wait. Share a silent yes or no if you agree that that's the punctuation you would put. Share a silent yes or no. Let's zoom in for friends who can't see. Did he use the correct punctuation? Did he use the when I say go, I want you to whisper in my ear if he used the correct punctuation. No. Ooh, I hear some no's, I hear some yeses. I know that when we ask the question, we use a question mark. Hands in lap, back to straight.
I wonder, Mr. Bradford, if they could draw a question mark in the air. Because I heard some people say no, so I wonder if they know what a question mark looks like.
Can you draw a question mark in the air? Dot. There you go. Hands back in lap. I'm going to tell you, Demarion actually used the right punctuation. He used a question mark. And I even wrote my question mark down here. I revealed what he was supposed to write, and he did the same thing. Because a question mark asks the reader a what?
Question.
It asks the reader a what?
Question.
It asks the reader a question. I ask my readers, do you like driving? And my reader will answer that question to themselves. Say, go, Demarion.
Go, Demarion.
Okay. So, we just used a question mark. We used the period and we used the exclamation point. You all just helped me make sure that I had punctuations at the end of my sentences. Now it's your turn. When you go back to your seats, you will make sure that you have punctuations at the end of your sentences. And you will also share with a friend and double check if they have punctuations. And when you're double checking your friend's work, you're going to put a circle if they don't have a punctuation, and you're going to put a check if they do have a punctuation at the end of their sentence. Capiche?
Capiche.
Go ahead and get in ready position. All right, Miss Lacey.